flip it later. Here. So I'll go like this.
Well, it's C, so you could not see.
Hit it, Dan, man. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to episode 2 of this podcast that we do not, in fact, have a name for yet.
I assume this time we'll figure out a name for it, maybe.
Yeah, we do appreciate all the comments, giving us name suggestions.
Yep, that's great.
Shout out to Daryl21 for the great suggestion. Go check out the other video if you haven't yet. There's a lot of comments underneath. Just having a good old time. So, yeah, basically, figured today we just kind of wing it, right?
Yeah, well, that's what we do best here.
You know what we do.
That's what gets the views. That's what gets the...
all 35 of them or whatever we're at now.
Yeah, that was huge.
Have you ever been to a Five Guys?
No, I have not.
Really?
No.
Do they have them out where you live?
No, not really, no. I mean, maybe, but it just seems like a not great place, but I'm not sure.
Well, for me, were I to say what is the best place to get a burger, that would be a no-brainer. Five Guys, definitely. What would be this?
I would say a Culver's.
Really?
Yeah, I do. I'm a big fan of their Butterburger. It's not sponsored, by the way.
Shout out Culver's. Hop on the podcast if you want. So like, what about their Butterburgers makes them so much better than like a Whopper or a Bacon King from like Burger King or something like that?
Well, I haven't been to Burger King that often, but the Whopper just seems like there's too much other stuff and not enough burger. Like if it was like a half-pound burger and and then the rest of the stuff, that'd be fine, but you got this like super thin patty with a whole bunch of other stuff.
So like, I've actually never had a Whopper before.
Okay, wow.
What does it entail?
I haven't. It's been a long time, but I think it's just like one small, super thin patty, and then just your regular condiments and whatnot.
Like, what about like a Big Mac? Have you had a Big Mac?
No. Maybe yes.
Really?
I think it was either once, like over the summer, I had one, or I didn't have one. I guess I'm not. I can't remember.
Okay. So what kind of burger do you get at Culver's then? Is it just called a Butterburger, or is there some specific name?
I guess it's called a Butterburger, but it's usually the double Culver's Bacon Deluxe. So it's 2 patties, cheese, bacon, lettuce, onion, tomato, mayo. Yeah, and it's like there's like butter on the bun. I think that's why it's called the Butterburger. Kind of crazy.
Okay, what about like Wendy's? I guess. I mean, I don't know.
There's just a Culver's
really
so close
answer.
to me. That's the thing. It's probably like maybe 10 minutes out.
Okay, so like would you prefer a Culver's be the closest thing to you, or would you rather have something a little bit more original? I guess.
Original. I don't know. Whatever would be closer would be better, I guess, but I don't know. I don't really go out and eat that much.
Okay.
Opposed to you.
Yeah, I was a very frequent flyer for anything fast food before this experience of college, and I haven't missed it too much, but like there's a couple times every once in a while where I'm like, wow, I could really go for like one of these Five Guys burgers. Oh god. So what you do, and you said you've never been to a Five Guys before?
No.
Okay, first of all, the burgers are fantastic. I've never had a better burger in my life besides like a couple of like non-chain joints, but the burgers are great, and then they have shakes. The shakes are also they're just smooth and creamy, and they're good. And then the fries too. So they have 2 different types of fries. They have original, and they have Cajun seasoning.
Oh, exotic.
Take a guess at how much the small order of fries costs.
$7.50.
No, it's $4.
Okay,
but
I have no idea. I didn't.
The large might be closer to that. And what they do is they get like a drink cup, and they just fill it, and then they just keep filling it, and the bag is just full of fries, and it's great. And then on top of that, you have the aesthetic you know.
Nice place.
Not really. I mean, you know, it's a fast food restaurant. It's
Well, you
supposed to
said
be
the
like-
aesthetic, so I mean,
It does. It has a nice like. It's not like a nice aesthetic. It's just It's I'll just explain it. So like, the aesthetic is like a red and white tile kind of look. Does that make sense? Like everything is red or it's white or it's like stainless steel.
okay,
Like how McDonald's has like, you know, red and yellow and like
yeah.
stuff like that, I guess. But yeah, it's just really, I don't know. I like it personally.
Well, speaking of McDonald's, they used to have like really nice, fun-looking buildings, and now they just turned all modern, modern looking. Like
With,
I like.
the red and yellow roofing thing.
Yeah, yeah,
with,
that
like,
was
the-
awesome. They had like little
like,
French fry
angle.
looking
Yeah.
things. Yeah, that was nice. And now they just look like depressed middle-aged people. Like,
Were they supposed to look like fries?
I don't know, but I just thought they were fries because it just seems like yellow. It's fries. And I don't know.
Were you allowed to go on like the play sets and stuff
Yeah,
that they had? Really?
but we didn't go that often. It was like it was always a treat when we did get to go.
I never got to go. Like maybe like a minute. Like at most, I went maybe like 5 times. But like we always would just be told that it was like too dirty, which was fair enough.
It's
It probably
probably yeah.
was.
No, I don't know how well they would clean them
I
or
don't know how you clean them, but like you get in there, and I remember just
Just
like the smell first of all,
must.
and then like you know like the foam like climbing stairs that
Yeah,
they had
yeah.
inside that were just like they were just like it looked like they got eaten.
you
know, a little
well,
bit.
probably. I mean, when
I
you
was,
get up
you know,
there,
as a kid, it's just
parents
gnawing on
can't
some
see what you're
foam.
doing.
Right.
Quick snack.
Yeah. Man, what else has changed? Like that's I haven't thought about that, but that's a really big change that's kind of came in the last decade.
In our lifetime, at least.
Yeah.
Like I remember just the classic look to them, and then nowadays you don't see that anymore.
Yeah, and like I would say iPhones too, or like smartphones. Like that's a really big thing that happened to us as like youngins.
Yeah.
More than like kids, but like somewhat old. And I think we were like just about the perfect age for that, you know?
Yeah.
Because like YouTube and Vine and all that stuff weren't like huge things when we
Yeah.
were kids, you know, that were like super accessible.
Well, I got my first iPhone when I was in 9th grade, and I had an iPod before that for like maybe 2 years.
Did you
I
have
don't
like a cell phone?
No, I had an iPod.
Just an iPod?
Yeah.
Wow.
It was like 5th generation, so I mean I could text and
It was
everything.
pretty,
Yeah,
like
with
Touch
Wi-Fi.
ID and stuff, I think, right?
No, not yet.
No?
I think that was like the 6 or something like that. I don't know.
It was actually, yeah. Yeah, I had, my first phone was like a flip phone,
Oh yeah.
like with a little slider thing
Yeah,
to
yeah.
like text. And then I got the iPhone 5C. You remember those?
Yeah. Well, I mean I got a 5S.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was actually my grandma's old phone. She upgraded and I got her old 5S.
And the 5S, that just meant that it had Siri, right?
I'm not sure, but it had Touch ID.
Okay. Huh.
So I'm not sure exactly the difference,
'Cause
but
I remember like when this was probably, I don't even know what grade this was. I would suppose it was probably like 5th grade, maybe a little bit younger than that. The iPhone 4S had just came out with Siri, and everybody was losing their shit about this thing. And I remember just like my parents both got iPhone 4S's, and they were like, "This is crazy. This is like what was it, like $400 maybe for this phone." And
I
now
don't know,
we're
that
paying,
seems
like,
kind of
1,000.
expensive for that time.
It probably was, I guess, but I remember just sitting around like the kitchen table and just like talking to Siri the first night for like 2 hours, and just like asking stupid questions and just laughing our heads off because it was just so crazy, you know?
Yeah.
It was like, oh,
Never
there's
thought
like
of something
AI
like
in
that.
our hands.
Yeah, my dad had he had an iPad. It was like the first generation iPad or something like that, and that was so fun to play with. There was one game. It was like we'd try and catch fish or something like that. I'm not sure exactly what it was called.
Ninja fishing.
That too, but it was
Oh.
like Fish Joy, I think it
Oh,
was.
okay.
No, yeah, I
Ninja
remember ninja
fishing.
fishing. That's when you cut fish.
Yeah, in the air. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know you like try and like get the hook all the way down. To the
Yeah,
bottom.
as far as you can
Yeah.
without snagging one. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it was like Fish Joy, and you'd try to like shoot your different sized cannons and catch fish, and there was like goldfish that were fancy or whatever. But
Really?
yeah, But I just
I've never
remember
heard
playing
about it,
that.
yes. What about like? Did you have like Plants vs Zombies?
Yeah,
and,
yeah. I still have that.
Clash of Clans kind of
Yeah.
became a thing when we were.
Yeah, I remember that.
I have a very distinct memory of like this one moment. I was probably like, I think I was like a Town Hall 7 or something like that. And for people who don't play Clash of Clans, first of all, I'm kind of shocked, but also it's like 7 out of 12 for like how good you are, I guess. So like 7 is like the halfway point and 12 is the highest. I think it's 13 now, actually. 13 is the
Town
highest
Hall?
now. Yeah. And I remember sitting in this batting cage near my house with all my friends, and this was maybe like 7th grade or something, and I was Town Hall 7. I remember thinking, man, I can't wait until I'm like a sophomore or a junior and I'm like a Town Hall 10 and I'm just the coolest guy. And then like probably a month later I deleted it, because it's one of those games that just like
it gets too long when you're starting to upgrade things and it's like 5 days just to upgrade. It's like, man,
it's kind of ridiculous.
it took you like 10 days to get the amount of materials you needed, or like the coins and elixir, and then 5. It's just, yeah. I played and I had I like rushed my base and everything, so nothing was upgraded. And I was like, you know what, I can't stand this. I'm just gonna restart. So I restarted.
Yeah, that's just stupid too.
Well, it's what I did, so and it's fine, but it was fun in the beginning, when you're like first starting out and you're like, I kind of know what I'm doing, and these guys don't really. But
yeah, no, I never rushed my base ever. I refused to do it. But it didn't really matter in the end, obviously, because I have it on my phone now, I think, but I haven't opened that app in close to a year.
Yeah,
maybe.
Every once in a while I'll get on there and then like collect my resources, and then that's it.
You just kind of leave.
Yeah.
It's like they come in like little waves of like people are playing this game again.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I think you have like that, and I don't know, like Geometry Dash was kind of a thing at my school where like people would get it for a little bit, stuff like that. But no, those are some very iconic games from like I think I got like an iPod 2 or something like that for like Christmas one year, and it didn't have a camera or anything. It was just like a straight iPod, and I remember just playing games on that thing until it overheated and died. But yeah, no, I'm glad we like got like the phones and like cameras and stuff right
like
when we did.
when we're older, because otherwise it's just like
sorry about that. But
I don't know, just you see kids with iPhones and whatnot at dinner when you're at like a restaurant, whatever.
It's really bizarre. Like
It's just weird.
You're like, that kid can't be like older than 3rd grade.
Or it's like the little kid with the iPad, like same situation, and they just place an iPad in front of them, and I assume, an annoying kid, he's slapping an iPad in front of him, and then he's not annoying anymore. But then it's like, where did your little kid go? It's just behind the iPad.
Sucked in. Yeah. What about did you have like a DS? Or anything like that? You did.
DS, 3DS too.
Really? I have
3DS
I have
as
a
well.
3DS now. I didn't bring it, but I have one.
I didn't either.
And I don't know. I feel like there's a kind of a difference. I know you can access the internet on 3DSs and stuff like that.
Yeah, but
it's kind of
it's just for the game.
It's a different level for like having like an iPad or something. You can look up like literally whatever you want on these things.
Yeah.
You can put restrictions on it and stuff like that, but like it's still kind of concerning to have a kid like be able to just like get like Reddit or something like that, and then just like look at people like dying and stuff like that. It's just kind of not a healthy thing to do for kids. And we like I said, I really think we got like the perfect timing.
I'd agree.
But yeah, that's not good for these young kids. Like really, that's
like, how are they gonna turn out? I mean, we already it's just,
you go on TikTok and you see like a 13-year-old doing like these really like provocative dances. It's what are you doing?
That's not good.
Not only that, like it's got to be difficult for parents, you know.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't grow up with anything like this at all. I
Yeah.
mean, the closest thing they had to this was like an Atari.
Yeah,
or something,
my dad had
something
an
like that.
Atari.
And like a typewriter. So I mean,
Ataris and typewriters.
Yeah.
Back in the day. Yeah.
I wonder what like the next big thing is gonna be that we can't handle though. You know, like,
Right,
when we
right.
get to that age where we're like starting to think like, okay, we're having kids now. You know.
Yeah, that's definitely an interesting.
Yeah, like a mind chip or.
Yeah, or like you won't even
something
know if
plugged in
they're
your
on their device.
Yeah.
You have to put a little light in the back of their head, and if they're using the whatever thing, it's like, oh, hey, what you doing?
Hey, what are you doing? Get off your damn device.
Exactly.
It's plugged into your head, but like with VR, you know, you have the thing on your head right now at least, and it's big and huge, and it's pretty hard to miss, you know. So I don't know. My mom, like I said, like she really doesn't like the idea of VR. It's kind of bizarre. She's got like this mindset of like, you know, go outside, experience like real life, you know, instead of
Real
like,
life
this fake
VR.
Stuff. I don't know. That's fair enough.
Yeah,
you know?
no, I agree. My mom's kind of the same way. Just like go out and do something outside rather than the same kind of thing, but inside, connected to a TV device.
I want to see where VR is in like, you know, like 5 to 10 years.
Yeah, like have you seen those machines where you can like walk?
Yeah.
And it like
the
you
little,
don't move at all. Yeah, that's like
concave like sphere thing.
yeah,
that you
and
walk
you're like
around in.
you're
yeah.
Yeah, that
seems
so
really
weird.
cool. That seems really fun.
Well, then you actually do the work, which would be, I mean,
no more
maybe
fat
that.
gamer people.
Yeah, there you go. No more
Crisis averted.
No more Jared smelling candles.
Yeah. no more Jared's gamer chair. Yeah, I don't know, because you gotta imagine that people are trying to figure out a way to get rid of those big bulky headsets, right?
Right. Oh yeah.
They're super uncomfortable. Have you worn one before? They're
No.
really uncomfortable. Like
Are they just like heavy up in the front and kind of?
Yeah, and they kind of squeeze your head a little bit, and then you have to hold if they have cord or wires, and like you get all tangled up in that. And apparently like you need like specific extension cords for like taller folk, which I have no idea, but like they have wireless ones now and stuff. It's pretty slick. They have this new VR headset actually. It's like $500 maybe. You don't even need like a PC to hook it up to or anything. It comes with like a little one. It's called like the Oculus Oasis or something like that.
Oh, I've heard of that.
Yeah, those seem pretty cool. I had a friend at work who got one of those, and he said it was pretty nice.
Yeah, I think eventually there's gonna be some kind of like small visor and something that like maybe clips around your wrist maybe, and it just like tells what your hands are doing, and then you go throughout your game, whatever. But I don't know. Or something that you turn off all the lights in your room and it projects what's ever around you.
That'd be pretty cool. Do you remember the I don't even remember what it was called, but it was some sort of like game where you like wear this like clip around your head, and there was like this ball, and it would just like rotate in a circle, and then like depending on like how hard you focused on the ball, it would like raise it and like lower it and stuff. Do you remember what that is?
No, I don't.
You've
but
never...
I've heard of something like that, but I couldn't tell you exactly. That's interesting though.
Yeah.
How hard you focus here.
What
is it called?
Mind Flex. It was called the Mind
Oh
Flex
jeez.
ball game. So like it would come with this weird ugly clip.
Oh, it's not. It's like an actual physical something. It's not like a game you play on the TV or whatever.
No, it's like a real thing.
So it's actually using your mind. It's not just like some kind of hokey or
it reads brain waves.
Right.
Featuring a headset that reads your brain waves and a levitating foam ball.
Not sponsored.
The kind of game that must be seen to be believed. Recommended for players aged 8 and older. The game begins when you strap on the headset so you can use your powers of concentration to move the ball around the game console.
I feel like that'd be really cool if we didn't have phones and whatnot, that were like already kind of magical.
Yeah, I have no idea how phones work, which is kind of concerning, I think, but
well, there's just so much stuff in them.
yeah, you just kind of squeeze a shit ton into this box. It's got 4 out of 5 stars on Amazon, so it must be somewhat reliable at least.
But does that really mean anything?
I have no idea. I don't know. I've never even heard of anybody who actually owns it. So
No, yeah, me either.
yeah, phones are a little bit concerning. I sound like an old dude now, but
Yeah.
like it's kind of weird to think like how much is actually squeezed into this like small box, you know?
Yeah.
Like
And how much more
yeah.
can they put in these things?
Right, how much more can you fit in there? A lot, I would assume. I mean, you know, advancements in nanotech and stuff like that are real,
Yeah.
right? So they're gonna keep moving that way. But if somebody were to tell me like 8 years ago now, I suppose, when I was 10,
Yeah.
like, yeah, you think that $300 iPod is expensive? It's a $1,000 iPhone.
Yeah. No, that's very interesting. And like, what in the future will be so normal, but like looking ahead, we will have no idea. Like what will be new in the future that'll seem super common, like an iPhone, but that'll seem so strange, like if we're looking at it now.
Right, I mean, like even watches, you know, you and I
Yeah,
both have an
yeah.
Apple Watch that like we have on all the time, and it's just this super normal thing. But like again, you know, like 10 years ago or whatever.
Not even 10 years ago.
No, like if somebody were to be like, yeah, you're gonna have like an iPhone on your wrist.
Yeah, especially if you get like cellular on your watch, which I don't. But
Me neither, but that's still it's a little bizarre to think about.
yeah, what's next? We got
Well, I mean, you've heard of like Bill Gates microchipping or whatever, right?
maybe.
No, I don't even. This is something I've like very loosely heard, and it's always in correlation with like, you know, like forced vaccines and like, you know, like scanning like your wrist instead, and like no more physical money and shit.
Oh
like that.
yeah, like a credit card on your wrist that you
Yeah.
just like you just scan your little chip inside your wrist, and then
Yeah, pretty much. My question is, what if you don't have arms?
that's true. I never even thought about
Then
that.
what?
Wow.
You put it in your forehead or something?
And then yeah, you just smack your forehead on the reader.
Yeah, I don't know what you're gonna do then. Like wear like a lanyard or something.
Or
With, like-
how long is this COVID thing gonna last?
Oh God.
I mean,
I
it's
don't know. I think we're getting close to like.
it's
the-
October 24th right now.
I would say we're getting like half. I would say we're halfway there.
You think halfway there?
You know.
I feel like it's gonna be a while. Like everything's gonna start clearing up. There's gonna be very little cases, and then everyone's gonna go out and do normal business, and then it's just gonna come right back again. That's what I think, at least. I'm no EMT, so.
I would say. I mean, everybody sounds very confident that it's gonna be gone by this next school year. I don't necessarily know if like that's gonna be the case though. You
Yeah,
know?
I don't know.
Everybody was like, "Oh, it's gonna be like a month." You know, even I like right at the start, I was like, "Oh, I don't even know what COVID is," but like it's probably just gonna be like a month thing, and then people forget about it. No,
Yeah.
it's still going. You know, still trucking along,
Yeah.
and then you know everybody was like, by the cold will kill it off." No, we're still here for now at least.
We got both.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like masks, are they gonna, even when it's over, or is everybody still gonna wear them?
I
Or
don't know. I think I would honestly feel uncomfortable not wearing one like outside.
yeah,
you
right
know,
now
you
I
know?
just feel like an outcast not wearing one.
How do you go about like slowly, you know, like desensitizing people to like not wearing masks? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like
Such an
Um,
interesting world that we live in today. Jeez,
like-
we got technology and we have a virus, and among everything else that's happening.
because you know you're gonna be like you're gonna get like an announcement and be like, okay, masks are no longer like needed.
Yeah, I'd definitely be
like-
hesitant though.
Right. So would I. You know, like you go out in public and like nobody's wearing a mask all of the sudden. You know, like out of the blue. Like
Yeah.
that just seems really like aggressively sudden.
Like in the beginning, when people were first starting to wear a mask before it was like,
Required.
yeah, I was like, they look protected, but it's just kind of like, yeah, that's kind of goofy.
Mm-hmm.
But now it's like, anybody who's not wearing a mask just looks kind of kind of stupid almost. It's
I
like
personally kind of think of them as like a dope.
like they think
You know?
they're better than
Or
us.
like they know more about like this thing.
Yeah.
Like, it's really not that hard to wear a mask.
Yeah,
but then-
at the end of the day, if the mask doesn't stop the virus or whatever, at least I just had this stupid mask on. But if not wearing a mask helps contribute and helps the virus claim other people, then it's like you're the problem.
Mhm.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I mean, there's the argument too that it's like infringing on rights.
Yeah.
You know, like you're forcing me to do this. This is like I've heard people use the term like, just indoctrinating, I guess. I don't know, indoctrinating, or like I've heard people get called like sheep before for like just doing like what the CDC says, you know.
Yeah.
And it's really weird to see people think like, yes, after my 5 minutes of Google searching, I know more than this doctor who's been working with COVID for the last 8 months and, has a PhD in knowing stuff. So I don't know. It's gonna be really interesting. Like even we went to Walmart today, and I only saw like a couple people who weren't wearing masks, and actually one of them was an employee. That guy that didn't help us, but like directed us.
That's right. I didn't even. Or just still people who wear them right under their nose. I don't like that either.
No, it's just weird. It's really just weird, and like
the whole situation's weird.
If you're gonna talk about like indoctrinating people, like we're going to school.
Yeah.
That's basically what school is, You're just teaching people stuff that they didn't know. And if the CDC is trying to tell us something that we don't know now, what's the difference between us, being in school and like learning all this stuff, and the CDC trying to tell us something that we don't know?
Right.
Sure or not. Like when my biology professor says like, oh, this is a cell membrane, am I like, are you sure, or are you just trying to make me follow the pack on what to believe?
Right.
Squinting
Wow.
my eyes at him. It's just it's kind of just a silly thing to get your panties in a twist over, personally.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. Yeah.
I don't know. I do have faith in like our generation with like these kind of beliefs.
I want to say that our generation will be fine, but I don't know. There's just a lot of.
We're centennials, by the way, not millennials. And I don't necessarily have as much faith in millennials at this point, but I don't know. I think we're gonna do pretty all right. A lot of us have like good, heads on our shoulders. I think.
Yeah, but some of them, a lot don't, which is the case for any generation. But like, it just seems like, or maybe even the next generation is screwed by having parents be like, my kid's always right. That situation when you're at school when the parents don't listen to what's actually happening versus like, your kid punched someone. It's like,
yeah, like you go up to the principal and you're like, all right, what did my son do? And he's like, well, he, I don't know, did some shit. And then your parent gets mad at you without hearing your side of the story.
I think
like,
it's more
that's
of
what you
like
mean?
your parents are taking your side
Oh,
when they should be
I
taking
see. Okay.
the school's side.
Right, that makes sense.
It's like your school is doing the wrong thing when it's like, no, your child just punched someone.
Yeah.
Maybe you should teach him that he shouldn't do that at home.
On the plus side, I haven't heard about a school shooting in a solid 6 months, so that's a good thing about COVID, I would say.
Yeah, I guess that is a plus.
The mental health as a whole probably has diminished somewhat.
Yeah.
But other than that, I think something big that'll come out of this definitely is like working from home.
Yeah.
Is going to be a lot more mainstream.
Yeah. A lot of jobs that you don't need to go anywhere.
Yeah, delivery businesses.
Yeah.
I think are going to be a bit bigger.
I think Amazon's just going up at this point.
Yeah, pretty much. I don't know. What do you think is going to be a big difference? You think people will keep wearing masks like consistently after this is done, like 5 years down the road? You think anybody's going to be wearing masks?
Yeah, I feel like there would be some people who will just always wear a mask from here on out, just because they're too worried about it. I don't think there's gonna be a lot of people like that, but I think just some. Yes.
Yeah. I think this will also be a really helpful lesson for at least our generation, and like, you know,
We will prevail.
right, patriotism being like helping your neighbor rather than like, you know, like singing the national anthem at like a football game, you know.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed. Really. I mean, this has just kind of been a shitstorm from the start. I don't know what could have been done better or differently.
Yeah.
I'm sure if we got your girlfriend on here, she could tell us about it.
Oh
but
yeah, she would have some.
she'd have a heyday. But yeah, I don't know.
Well, I think that'll wrap it up for today.
You think so?
Yeah, I think we got some good stuff here.
All right. Yeah, no, this should be what, half an hour or something like that.
Yeah, maybe something like
Give
that.
or take. Alrighty, folks. Daniel's gonna play a little tune or something, I guess. Go ahead. Great. Thanks for coming. We'll see you in a while, an undetermined amount of time.
Yeah, see ya.
Bye. Clip it later. Here. So I'll go like this.